Chewbacca's story begins long before we see him aboard the Millennium Falcon. He was of course born on the planet Kashyyyk and grew up on that world rich with Wookiee culture and tradition. By the time of the Clone Wars, Chewbacca was already a seasoned warrior at 178 years old, fighting to defend his home against the droid armies of the Separatists. His fierce loyalty to his home and kin is evident, a trait that would define him throughout his life. His loyalty is also to the Republic, where at 181 years old, he bears witness to some of the most monumental events in the history of the galaxy. At the age of 190, we see a pivotal moment in Chewbacca's life, his fateful encounter with Han Solo. Initially they're enemies, but in their shared desperate struggle against the Empire, they form an unlikely bond, united by their mutual desire for freedom. Chewbacca's compassion and wisdom provide a strong moral compass that Solo knows he can rely on, forging a friendship that would span decades. 10 years later, at the age of 200, Chewie has become a seasoned co-pilot of the Millennium Falcon, now inseparable from Han Solo. Together they embark on a new adventure when they are drawn into the rebellion's fight against the Galactic Empire. 3 years later, Chewbacca shows his determination to protect his friends even in the darkest of times, as they face dangers they've never before experienced. The next year, at 204 years old, Chewie and Han are reunited, and together they help take down the Empire and the infamous Jabba the Hutt along the way. 30 years later, at 234 years old, they are once again drawn into the fog of a galactic conflict. But this time the ending isn't quite so sweet, as Chewie experiences the greatest loss of his life. Yet, even in his sorrow, he continues to fight, forming new bonds with Rey and Finn, proving that his spirit remains unbroken. Finally, the next year, at the age of 235, Chewie's story comes full circle. His losses have been immense, yet he remains ever loyal, continuing to fight against the forces of darkness, upholding the legacy of his fallen friends, helping to bring peace to the galaxy once more.